You can use anything like GPT-4 Turbo or 5 also, but I'm using a 4.0, and I'm using temperature 7. So the meaning of temperature is the heat, how much accuracy you want to get. I think that's the meaning of temperature. And then the response you want to get, and this is what the libraries functions I'm using to invoke the LLM here, and I'm passing my input into that LLM, and I'm trying to print that outcome. So it is just connecting to the OpenAI. You are passing a query, you are getting a response. That's about it. Let's see. I hope the connection is still there.
Sometimes it requires you to reconnect. Yeah.
Yeah. We can start it again. Let's see.
Sure. So while Sid is restarting, so basically it might look complicated on the screen. So these instructions, I think we'll be able to provide so you guys can try it on your own. Once you
Yeah.
install it, the sample code will come. But when you start running it, you will learn more and more these concepts. So idea is to try, do not fear. You know.
Of course, it's asking me the the open key. I'm just giving my key here. Yes, you can see the response. It's just an input and output, just like a chat window. I
I
So
have
just
where
a
is
asked
the
about.
response? Can you highlight the response? You ask a question. Yeah. So this is the response you got, right?
Yeah, it's like what are
Okay.
the top 3 library you need to know being an AI engineer, like hardcore engineer. You need to know the TensorFlow and Python, which is the Python libraries, and Hugging Face and Transformer is again a Python library, and JAX is again a developed by Google, but it is again a Python library for GPU and TPU. Um, then, then let's try this one, and this one is a little bit of interacting. I want to show you why I need LangChain. Without LangChain, also I can connect using OpenAPI, right? Just as just a direct REST API call, I could have done that, right? So why I need a LangChain? So that's where you will see it will be an interactive session. Until I stop the session, it will keep on asking me my taking input, it will give my output. That's the thing you can do in using the LangChain. And that's what you need on your chatbot. Because if you have talked to the LLM saying, I need to know the temperature of New Delhi, and you are again asking after some time, hey, what is the temperature, right? It should understand the context of your chart, what you have done in the past. So that's where the long chain is useful. So it's like I build like a student and teacher kind of interaction. The student is asking, and the output is like teacher. So I just make it like, but it is just an output from LLM. Okay. So I'll say maybe um,
Let's see. Let's pull Hyderabad. Let's see what it returns. Yeah. Yeah. HYDE. Yeah. Oh, it understood.
real-time data, but you can check the current temperature in Hyderabad using the website. So it's saying I can't do a real-time data. Okay, let's see. What else we can say?
Let's somebody ask a question. Dr. Sanjeev, what should we ask?
Sir, anything related to student interest?
Sure. Let's ask. Where is G, what's your I mean, GNU? Hyderabad. Let's ask that. Yeah.
or
Let's ask that question, Sid.
or which social media platform students are using most? Maybe like this.
Okay. Oh,
So
see,
yeah,
we got the answer.
I just entered something. Give me the latest LLM model. So it's giving, say, chat before by OpenAI, Anthropic, Claude, Llama by Meta, and this is thing. But I can ask. What is the question?
Let's ask what is Sarvam AI that India has built, which they just released last month.
Sarvam, right? Sarvam,
Sarvam,
Yeah,
yes.
sir.
Sarvam.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it has it. Yeah,
It's like interactive session mostly, and then
yeah,
it will not be ending. So that's the user
yeah.
launching.
So, like for example, as we were covering, this is simply you're doing it the command line, but you can build a fancy user interface like a
That's
UI,
right.
and the behind the scene it is generating, right? You can present in a various format. Let's see if it gives some result for where is the GNU Hyderabad located. Let's see.
Pardon for my spelling, but it'll
No, no,
understand
that's
it.
fine.
It'll understand.
Oh, it found something. Yeah, they focus on promoting the use of well, it's presenting something. So the one on this public LLM, remember I was saying information is not necessarily always correct, right?
Correct.
So one opportunity for team here or all of the student on your campus is that build a do a project, build one for GNU, your own, and feed the information, right? Courses to all, and this is a huge opportunity. You can build a product and later on start selling to other universities or other institutions, right?
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to go and look for internship anywhere else. Just build your own, right?
I think yes, they can. You can definitely use RAG architecture
Yeah.
and train or store all your document. They can everything into the vector DB and use that to connect LLM, and then build a chart window using a React or a Node.js. Use LangChain, and this can be done easily.
Okay.
And these are
So,
the mhm.
so Sid, I think we have, I think, what, maybe 10 more minutes. So I guess we will make this code
Okay.
available or
I
what
will.
should
I
we
can
do?
send them. So I had a lang graph also, like the
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Let's show that.
multiple
Yeah.
steps. Like first in case of lang graph, since it is a multiple agent, when I enter my query, it will be immediately spun into multiple agent based on my definition I define on my lang graph, right? If I want give me weather, I have chosen an agent for that. If I ask, hey, give me distance, it will be a different agent. And then I'll say, hey, I'm going to Hyderabad, tell me the weather and the distance from maybe from New Delhi. So my query will be taken based on my query. It will be split into different agent because I have a different agent, and the outcome of agent will be again combined together and it will give you. That's the lang graph, like multi-agent, and then you will see combining the output end of the day on your chart window. So that's the lang graph. So I just build it using multiple node. I can go, I mean, it's understandable. You can go over it. It's first asked about the city and temperature. Then it's talked about defining different state. So basically, it's a tree structure. You have to tell lang graph which stage you want to go based on the outcome of a current stage. So those are the definition. And then if you compile, it will definitely, let's see, compile it. It might take some time, but it will definitely do it. But these are all like backend code. As Atirek told, you need to build a chart window for this to interact. The input you are doing is just we are doing in a Jupyter notebook today. So think about you have a chart window for that. And then these codes are all internally plugged into there.
So one more time, I will again reemphasize. Do not feel scared. This code is not complicated.
Yeah.
Just with few lines, you are able to do so much. right? You're not writing thousands and thousands of lines.
Nothing. Yeah.
But the idea is to understand the concept. Then this will, so do not fear. You know, if people like us can do it, me, then you guys are more smart. You all can do it.
You just play around. I mean, you will do much
Yes.
better than us.
Yes. So
Yeah, I
Sid,
think we
let's
can move on.
open for some questions, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. I'll
yeah,
be stop sharing then in.
yeah. So let's see what kind of question folks have. We'll try to answer, mm, and also some feedback. Did you like this? And even if you got 5-10% of it, is I think that means we have done a good job. If so, let's give us some feedback or any question from anybody, any type of question. See if we can answer.
Yes. Sir, we have approximate 800 students
Oh
watching you
wow!
live,
Okay,
more than 800
okay,
students with the different links and with different classrooms. They are listening
sure.
you and they are getting the stuff that you
All
are
right.
providing. And I would like to request one thing, the steps that you have made this thing. So if you
Mhm.
share these details, then a student will be in better way to understand. They can do the things themselves. They will start. That will be the starting point for them to work with
Yes.
LLM as well as other model. How to train and other things. As far as GUI is concerned, they can make GUI. There is no issue as such. So
Sure, we can share that. That's not a problem. It's a well-defined instruction because Sid and I were when we were experimenting. It took us a while, but now we have perfected it. Yeah.
yeah, thank you, sir. So now, anybody would like to ask question? They may ask question. Even you can give your question to your faculty members. They may type it in your Google Meet link so that we can get it at main link, and through that we will ask the same question to sir also. So do it fast, or if you could able to ask question directly through microphone or something else, you can do. So open for questions.
So we might have to unmute, I think.
They will unmute or they will type. Okay. Main question we will type here.
Sure.
Students, if you have any doubt or any further question, you may ask.
Very good. Good, Neelam. Great question. By the way, Neelam is my daughter. She helped me set up this Jupyter notebook because I was struggling. So Neelam's question is: what are some of the ways AIs that help you to be more efficient in your day-to-day life or even at work? Absolutely. So, couple of ways. One, for my day-to-day, it has helped me. For example, this presentation that me and Sid prepared. We have been working on for last month actually, right? Because we were coalescing, and what we wanted to see, how do we make it easier? So just to even research a content, prepare, it has helped me. Number two, it helps me in my work life. I use it, for example, if I have to write a particular design or a response to an email, I want to refine that and polish it. I use the let's say the Google Gemini quite a lot. So that helps me to, but still after the generation, I still verify to make sure it is correct, right? For example, even this demo that Sid was giving when we were struggling to make it work, I used ChatGPT to help me debug, and it helped quite a lot. So overall, it has been very productive. Plus, second thing, it has helped me personally to become more confident and not fear AI. Right. That's why I wanted to share these learnings with the rest of the student here. Hope it answers your question. Okay, great. What are some other questions from folks there? From the room, I think they're all on mute. So if anybody.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Sir, myself Supriya Kumar Pal from the Department of Mathematics.
Yes.
Sir, my query is that what are the limitations of this AI system, as per your opinion?
See, very good question. So the limitations are, this is still a evolving field, right? So what we all interact in the public, right? When you do a search on Google or on Microsoft Search and others, it uses the public information to provide an answer. So that answer may or may not be 100% correct because there's a lot of when this all these models have been built on the open source, right? So the one thing is the trust but verify. Second thing is that if you're using your information, let's say for some medical treatment, do a search but don't trust that unless you consult with a doctor. So, so I think those are very important and depends upon what you are using it for. Let's say if you're using it for making a travel plan, yes, I think it's perfect, good use case, right? But at least if you're making a personal decision that impacts your life, financial, medical, health, always verify. Don't just trust this information.
One more thing, sir. What
Mhm.
happens if the system receives, suppose, some unexpected or noisy input?
You mean to say like the incorrect input or?
Yes, yes. If suppose.
Yeah. So I think in that case, that's why I said always verify. Then let's say because always don't trust that this answer are always 100% correct. So you have to verify and test yourself. Like for example, you're in mathematics, right? Let's say if you're solving a quadratic equation and then yeah, you said, hey, AI just solve it. And if you just assume that the answer is correct, that may not be correct. So if I'll definitely verify that, right?
And sir, how do I believe that the accuracy and performance of the AI model?
Ask that question again.
So how can I measure that the accuracy and performance of the AI model?
Okay. So that is where there's the testing is very, very difficult. So the best way is to try. So as an example, that's why I said use a small data of your own, as Mr. Sid was sharing, that install this tool, use your own data, feed it, and then see if the output is coming right or not. So that's why the in my slide deck that we have shared, you have to test whether the results you are getting really meeting your expectation or not. Otherwise, you tell them this is the wrong answer, right answer is this. When you feed it back, then machine learns. So that's the these are some techniques, right? So let me take some questions from the chat. So it says, what are the real world problems you think AI has not solved yet, and the student like us could work on? I already told you, 90% of the when I started this session, 90% of the world information is private. None of that has been solved. So you definitely have lots of opportunity. I mean, I gave you some example. Plus, in my slide deck, I have few projects that all of you can do on your own on your local machines, and with a very few line of code. Right? It doesn't need to be a very heavy duty program. I use a sample and you can leverage it. You can do it. But idea is to do it. Don't just fear. Yeah. Next question is from Aniruddha. It says, how is your data protected in AI and is cybersecurity involved with this? Yeah, so the very good question, Aniruddha. So is the user data protected in AI? So in the public chat domain, the answer is no, it is not. It's not protected, right? So anytime if you are, let's say, you want to paste your family history and your own birth date and everything on your in an open, if you let's answer that question in the chat GPT, putting your personal information, assume that it is already consumed and it will become public. So it's not protected. So it's because it's a public open AI, so it's not protected. So what you need to do is definitely do not post personal information or ask personal questions on this site. Right? So that's very important. The second thing, though, in the AI with new framework and with a lot of cybersecurity field is using this AI model quite a lot because they are traversing through billions of data points, right? So you need to store and traverse through those security logs. That's where you need this kind of your private models. So this way you can search, make sense out of it, and inferences to take if there are any security breaches that are happening, specifically in banking and frauds. This is a lot of wide application and this very open field that's still developing. So definitely, if any of you want to start a company, this is a good way to get into that and build it. So great. So Adrit has a question. What jobs will definitely not be taken over by AI in the coming future? I will say anywhere there is a human ingenuity, Adrit, where human intelligence is required.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, one second. Let me answer this question and then I'll be with you. Okay. So, so the jobs definitely, you can say that nobody can take the doctor's job. You can not take a teacher's job away. You cannot take any of the things that you do by hands cannot be taken away, right? So as I listed, around 20 to 30 types of jobs will not be. I think it will always be augmented. So you need to know what AI does and how to leverage it to make better rather than fearing it. Good question, Adit. Yes. So now go ahead. What was the question from the room?
Sir, how can we build a AI responsibly? Because lot of misuse of AI is in the society. So many people are misusing the AI. So if we build AI models, how can we build AI models very responsible?
Sure. So I think there are two things. So what's happening that if you all are paying attention, it is the AI forum that just happened in India. The one of the key aspect was that the making it safe, making it really responsible. So some of this will come through the government regulation and enforcement. But the second thing, we all as an individual can take a pledge that hey, we will not build something that will get misused, right? So it will all start from both us as well as if you do get to build a model, definitely consider that ethical use as one of the principle in designing it, like where you make sure that the children or any abuse is not getting implemented, and those things you should prevent. So you have to implement that in your design, and that's the only way. And you should also you have to implement like how not to use very private data to publish that in public domain, and then that gets misused, right? So some of the society, like many of the societies are very open, they share very publicly. Don't post your images publicly because as soon as you post in Instagram, think it's a public information. People will use it. Facebook, people will use it. Right? So some of that will depend upon us as well. Okay, great. Next question. Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I'm Srija. First of all,
Yes,
I
Sri.
found I'm very insightful of this presentation given by you. I have a question, sir.
Sure.
Like when AI systems are used in critical industries like healthcare and finance, how do companies ensure reliability and accountability by AI models?
Yeah, so it's a very good question. Actually, the so this is still at a very early stage, as I said, right? So the particularly in the healthcare, uh, the the way it is getting used, they do use the information, but a doctor's before a prescription, let's say a prescription goes out, a doctor's review and confirmation is still required, right? As an example, let's say if you do your brain scan, don't Don't just trust that while machine can interpret what the issues are, but always ask for a doctor's opinion. So I think that is how the medical industry is starting to use, but still they are in very early stages, right? So here is an opportunity for young engineers or young people like you to build something and make it better. You know? Same thing is in the financial area, right? For fraud detection and all, it is getting used. But when it comes to making decisions about, and I think at least banking
Audit.
industry is starting to use it, but at least if it, but for example, the areas where they still need people to verify, like for example, if you need to do, hey, the balance is really $1 million in this account or not. So that kind of checks and balances are in place. I
Yeah.
hope they are in place.
No, you're right. I
Sid,
think any
Sid,
kind of
can you give?
audit
Yeah.
and review, though we have a model, someone there to validate it, make sure things are correct before they do that. And also the access. One more thing I can add, it's like access, like what kind of access you are giving within the company or within your organization. Those are all also defined by RBAC, rollback access. Like you have a particular role to play and you are getting only that much access to play around with AI and query the AI, so that AI will give you only that much information. If you are a student, it will only give you the student information. You are a principal, he or she can get about student, about college. So the role-based access also a critical role in case of AI.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, Sid, that's awesome point. Yes. So these are good question. Anybody else?
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have one more question regarding AI roles you have told earlier. Which
Mhm.
will be the most demanding role in the upcoming 5 to 10 years for us?
I don't know about the 10 year. I can speak for next 2 to 3 years. Or all of those roles are very much in demand, right? So idea is to figure that practice. Yes, do your subjects at your college well, but the idea is to do this hands-on practice. That's where I think the people struggle, and you have to create time for yourself. Nobody will give you time. So idea is to choose any of this project, do it once. You will initially not succeed, but then try it again, and then you will be successful. So definitely do hands-on practical is very important. Don't wait for your professors to give you assignment. Do it yourself. Okay.
Thank you,
So in
sir.
in this content, you will find some real project that you can try, and you will have sample code and try it out. So there is a question by Mr. P. Wamsi. Can AI detect various human behaviors of employees working in their organization and find out how supportive every employee are there for their organization? I really, I would say, I really don't know the answer. I don't think so.
If it is
So,
documented Atirek somewhere, they can put in the RAG and AI can do that. But you need to
yeah,
update the documentation if the people's behavior changes.
yeah,
But AI is not a human intelligence to identify that.
I
yeah.
think
So it's not,
I think
yeah,
China is doing this thing already because they are monitoring their all citizens, and they are tracking records and chats and everything,
Hmm.
and they are taking actions against that. They are blocking their accounts and all based on the data. So it's not employee; they are applying on citizens also. That is
Hmm.
in public domain.
yeah. The part is, I think, but the key thing is that it's still has a ways to go. Particularly, we as a human are very unique creatures. We're unique animals, right? We show something, but in reality, something else. The real behavior is very difficult to detect, but at least it can predict potentials, but not really 100% perfect answer. Okay. Great. If there is no other question,
Yeah,
I think this content will be available. Mr.
yeah,
Sid will reply with the instruction for that whole notebook and
right.
how to install it. Uh, Try it out. If you guys get stuck, you can send us the question. We'll try to help, but definitely try it out. Do not fear. And use the content because it had taken us almost a month to put it together. So we found it helpful. So please use the content. Go and review the appendix as well. Even if 10% you get it, it will be. It's. I think this has achieved the objective of this session. So thank you very much, everyone. It's always wonderful to talk to you. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
sir.
thank you, Mr. Sid,
Thank
for
you,
making
Sidhant.
time.
You have
Thank you,
given
everyone.
wonderful demo. Please give the instructions how a student can install their own version of LLM in their labs and their computers. So they will start working all on that, and definitely will reach out further for further details and all. Thank you very much, and definitely our students will learn from this today's session a lot from you. On behalf of Guru Nanak University, we are very grateful to you for giving the information to our students, and they can start with their journey with this. Thank you.
Yeah, so please do, and maybe next time, Dr. Sanjeev, please organize some reverse session with some people come and demonstrate to us. That will be awesome. You know,
Sure.
even
We
simple
have
small projects.
a small project, whatever they are preparing during their academics, so they can give a small 2 to 3 minute
Sure,
presentation
yeah,
like that.
that will be awesome.
Try, and we will take your input further in this aspect.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.